Hello, everybody. So I'm just doing a really quick one. One because I have a couple of things I kind of want to do before supper, which is not going to be anything super fancy, but will still take time. Two, the other person in the home is home and has some music playing nearby. And even though I do have the AC on because it's apparently it I don't know. I guess I have noticed it a little bit. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this cushion. Um, it is there is a nice breeze, but at the same time, it's still kind of warm out. I guess, in other words, the breeze is not consistent, and consistency could be a topic for later. But I also feel that it's good to be a free spirit for the most part, as long as it's not harming anyone. Then as long as it's not doing you know yeah, including self. Um, um, hmm. A few days ago, I did post a couple of videos. They are quite long because they were doing fairly well in the chat, and it's a big topic and undiverse, and I got into various topics, but um, it talks about you know those sort of things if you catch what I'm saying as well. Um, but yeah, so basically, that's kind of a neat little way the it's not even that sunny out, but just the way it's kind of hitting the corner there like that. But anywho, if it's not like the music outside is super loud, and when I'm talking, I'm hoping it's not super noticeable. Mostly because YouTube might not like it. If it recognizes it, But then sometimes, like more so older videos, classical covers, and this and that. Um, Anytime that it ever said anything about copyright, and then covers are covers, um, usually the disputes were able to be kind of um, dealt with pretty easily. But I do have a few other things I want to do before dinner too. So I'm not sure if it's Ernestine we have watching or somebody else because somebody's been here. I was gonna say for 5 minutes, but I've only been rolling for 2 minutes, so I guess about a minute ish. And welcome. I was just on her content, and if she noticed I was live, she might be on mine. Curious who we got watching. Um, Anywho, yes, I would love to sit and do a longer one, but some of the stuff I want to do is a couple of other videos I want to check out. Not necessarily do I have a bit of an evening routine where I and the other person in the home watch videos when we're having dinner and stuff and when we eat. And if we don't get to it tonight, there is the weekend. But and not to sound conceited or whatever, but one, it's sharing it with him, and two, it's um, kind of nice to look back and re-experience the fun, so to speak. I'm just going to quickly. Our dog is being a bit distracting. I'm just going to quickly, now that we're watching, take care of that and giving him something to distract himself with, so he's not distracting us. He knows how it works. He's got me trained, but just easiest. Anywho, so yeah, so I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, and the other person wants to have it playing, and I don't want to tell them not to. Yes, oh, we're able to. Anywho, but I started following somebody today on here. Reminds me a bit of someone I know. Mixed feelings right now about that, but mostly cool. And she does them in interesting outdoor scenery. It's summer now. I've mostly seen winter ones, which is kind of like, oh, snow, and we're here and things are blooming and we're enjoying that. But I don't know what country she's in. There's a bit of an accent, but she posts some interesting stuff. One of the most interesting ones that I saw, and I've seen about 4 or 5 now, just finding her today. Most of them are pretty short. Was she went somewhere and there was traffic driving behind her and some sort of body of water beside her, which wasn't frozen, so it doesn't get cold enough that it freezes. And she was talking about stuff. I honestly, at the moment, can't remember what, but she also was talking about how sometimes you just have to scream, right? And so she was screaming a couple times, and she was kind of like told us ahead of time, just sometimes you just have to, there's different things you can do as long as they're, like I say, healthy, choices. Um, I might close this because we have someone who's been here for a while, a little shy, but that's the other thing I want to talk about. Not you specifically, and I don't know who you are. It's just a number. I'm gonna put but you're more than just a number, as Ariel would say, and hopefully there won't be any there. But basically, because now I'm getting into this. I'm getting into the groove. So, like I say, I do have a couple of other things we can watch. The other things we kind of, I want to also look up a friend of mine actually too, who I have a feeling might have a YouTube channel. Um, but did a couple really enjoyable podcasts the other day, and we've only partly watched them back. So, anywho, on to the topic at hand. And then there's somebody I want to message about something. Then I want to cook dinner, even though, like I say, it's gonna be simple. So I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. And yes, what I just wanted to say is I don't think labels are that bad. If you are, especially the ones that we may give ourselves. Again, as long as they're um, something positive for us, or mostly positive, and we accept the labels that we give ourselves, to help us kind of feel as ourselves, then I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't like labels. Um, maybe what they're more so meaning, I've never really thought of it this way, is, and the viewer left, whatever, is they don't like other people labeling them as this or that. Because, the thing of the matter is sometimes we aren't accurate, you know. Sometimes some people, and I hope I'm one of them, are very easy to kind of um, get a sense of the type of person they are. Um, and But everybody's on a different journey and level of acceptance um, about themselves. And okay, here we are. It's a good moment to quickly do this. We're only 7:40 minutes in, but um, um, but yeah. Wow, even with the AC on, I'm noticing it's actually kind of warm in here without the door open. So I do want to get it open soon. I do want to do some stuff. And stuff some do. Just kidding. um, just reaching for my charger. This adapter has been pulled out. I hope, even though you came home and kind of in a mood, but it's been a long week and long day at work. I mean, at least kind of bounce quickly. But okay, where's the other end of this cord? There we go. Under the couch cushion, kind of. Um, whew. I was gonna want to do some cleaning this weekend. I'm a little bit stressed about that. It's not that I don't keep the place clean, but I do struggle with organization, and we have different. I think one thing I'm gonna try and remember is it's like all hands of stuff that you know you can focus on, and we just need to pace ourselves. Um, but and I don't know if I was going to be drinking that, but yeah, this is another one of those topics that it could be covered in. Okay, stop doing that thing now. But at least he's being good. It could be covered in a number of different ways. Um, but I'm just gonna, for now, I think, cover it in the way that I initially thought to. I've kind of already spoken about labels, nothing, no hugely specific ones, but so I feel like that's good enough. We can actually talk in the chat too, and I'll be pretty good at getting back to you. But the one I especially wanted to focus on um, is, and I'm actually going to double up here, as it sometimes does. I'm rolling at the moment, and the one thing that I did want to kind of express, and I may have on videos, but or video, but is that we can be introverts or extroverts. A lot of people think they're one or the other. I would bet that most people. Sorry, just noticing something here. That most people are a bit of both. And you know what? I not to put anybody in a box or label them, but I feel like in a lot of things, and I certainly am often this way. It makes me sometimes indecisive, but but um, uh, but I mostly am happy being this way. I mean, I don't want to say there's something, there's one way that comes to mind when I say this that people may be wondering, and I mean you can't read my mind, so if I don't say it, you might not know what I mean, unless of course you can read my mind, in which case what do I mean? I'll give you a few moments to guess. Not that there's anybody here right now, but I don't want to offend anybody. I truly don't. Mental health is not something that um, should be taken lightly. Staying staying well of mind, body, and spirit is very important and sometimes hard. Uh, but um, I I use this word maybe because it feels gentler and because of life experiences that I've been through. Maybe um, um, I'm referring to BIP, if you know what that means. Again, no offense to anybody, but I'm not that, and I just want people to know that. I mean, I'm in touch with my emotions, and I do feel that some people might be misdiagnosed and simply just you know somewhat sensitive and in touch with their emotions. But which again, if it's in healthy ways and you learn to work with them and and that, yeah, it can be okay, uh, perhaps even beautiful, you could say. But kind of the one, and I think I alluded to it, maybe I didn't, and but yeah. So, but no, I think that a lot of people are humans, people, whichever word you prefer, are complex individuals, right? And so they um, they're hard to put. I mean, I hate to make a bad joke, I really do, because again, no offense to anybody who is, but even homeless people, you know, you know, are still people, and you can't put people in a box. I don't, I don't actually. I mean, I see them with cardboard signs every now and then. I don't get out. I don't go out a ton, but I do sometimes. But I actually don't really see people. I mean, tents. I don't really see homeless people in cardboard boxes, but you hear about it fairly often. Maybe it's kind of the old-fashioned ones. I don't know. um, but it's kind of interesting. Family is that too. It's kind of interesting that, but yeah. So basically, what you get what I'm trying to say. I think that so a lot of people are somewhere along the spectrum of a lot of things. You know, and so introversion, extroversion, I think is one of them. I know is one of them because that's me. I'm a fairly social person, but and we all are. It's a human thing. It's just to what levels are you what? Because yeah, I mean, I had it was it's another topic, um, but um, I yeah, and sometimes we can experience an imbalance, right? But no, I do spend a lot of time kind of in solitude, but not in okay. But well, kind of, but I I think I'm more of an extrovert, but lately, yeah. So it's important to kind of you know yeah. I feel don't put yourself into a box, so to speak. Now this keeps begging me to do something. Sorry, my ears. Sorry. Um, and I might do it because then it would incorporate music into this, and then we'll wrap it up. The only thing is I'm not sure how easily I'm going to find what I'm thinking. And yes, I am, but just because the other ones, for right now, are too busy. Um, it's a bit of a trigger. Um, be really interesting if I find her on there. Um, or if she has, this is where I wish I had my phone. Um, I know what I could do. Um, just a moment here. Oh, the dog's laying there. I just practice that as I go up to him. All right. I was just going to ask before the I know. I already give it to you every long time. You know that. Sorry? No? Okay, well, it's meant to be, it's meant to be here. Let's I'll let that close as it may. A while back, I was doing some genealogy. I hope she won't mind me doing this. You know, because just because somebody posts on YouTube does not mean that they want things going beyond their channel sometimes. But I have a bit of a memory, and true, it's only kind of. I have a bit of a memory of asking her because we did communicate a little bit on Facebook. So I'm just going to do this for a minute. I have, and it's still. I don't know if I have a bit of an ear infection starting. Um, but basically, I'm just looking at this article that's been brought up on here. Okay, how do I? There we go. Almost couldn't get a new tab opened here. Um, yeah, I still haven't found my phone. I know it's at home because it was. I had it um, a couple hours before bed, and then an hour before bed. Yeah, it's at home. It's hiding very well. um, but anyway, I was doing some genealogy a while ago. I connected with a certain someone. I don't think she realized that I was saying we were related. We have some things in common, and I mostly like her vibe and the things that we have in common. Not that we can have differences and similarities with people, of course, right? But as some of why I, you know, why I, but yeah, why I oughta. No, just kidding. But I don't think she realized that I was saying that we might be distant cousins. Recently discovered. Um, and she blocked me on one platform, but then when I commented on her YouTube, she still. I mean, maybe she had a lot going on and distractions or whatever. Because I still don't know if she processed it, but she said something about resend her or something like that. Which, if that's the language I remember her using, which I mean, I can't because she blocked me on the other social media there. Um, and since this is coming up, and I feel like I was reminded of her the other day too, or one of her songs. But since this is coming up, I'm tempted to to maybe reach out to her again. She's in Canada, but a different province. But I have a sense that she goes on road trips and travels quite a bit. And it might be nice to meet her. It might be one of those situations where, I have to maybe realize that she might not get um, get as she might not feel the need for family connection um, as strongly, and she may not be able to uh, to provide it for whatever reason. But that's right, because it was Faith came up in the meeting earlier today after talking about a little bit about Twitch in the video. And I believe she has them lyrically. Now, what I'm not sure if I could do is so I won't. I'll do this half, but not half-assed. I'm pretty sure it's it's a lyric video. There is a bit of a funky lyric in it, but no, I like it, and yeah, okay. Um, with this stupid device, this particular old phone, it doesn't rotate very easily. So I'm not sure if she has another version of this. This could sound very cool. You know what? If she sees this, or if somebody she knows sees this and recognizes this, um, I could edit it out later, but I hope you won't mind me doing this. Um, um, when I was doing some genealogy, like I say, I think I discovered that I'm cousins with her, and so hopefully, but either way, hopefully, it kind of, it. I'll say who it is too, maybe, because that'll be nice for her. Her video is doing okay, but not the best, not the worst. But yeah, because this video has the lyrics, people holding, a lot of people were involved in it. Come thinking, I don't know if I fully processed that last time I saw this quite a while ago, but it has people holding up signs with the lyrics, and they maybe designed them themselves. So some of them are a little hard to read. So I'm going to sing along with her, and then E Bishop, and then there's silence, and then the ones I can't read, she'll be singing, and it won't seem like there won't be anything missing that way. So. I really didn't intend to roll this long, but I can watch that other stuff later. This doesn't rotate, and I know you can get it to rotate, but it didn't my house. The girls I worship back when I was a high schooler. I'll show you what I mean. Work of art, constantly worrying what people thought about me. Maybe I should have listened to it first. I might do another version of it. Sorry. Happy to have her on the outskirts of the boundary. Just let me hang around. Remember the chorus. I don't fit inside a box. I don't fit inside a box. Round and swing is not your average alone. I don't fit inside a box. Not one size fits all. And also, I know I can do it justice as long as I'm not too distracted. I can do it justice with her. It's a bit of a trigger because we haven't connected super closely, but I hope we will, Amy. I hope we will. Always dreaming to be bold and brighter, better. This life is so much easier on the other side. Ooh, hey. Love yourself before the best of you has died. Maybe I could open up and show you all my devils. But you really see what lives under this skin. But I'm horrified on way too many levels. Just to with someone else since I don't fit inside a box. Pretty good one. Without the speaker. I don't fit inside a box. They fit inside my shirt. Brown square hole. I don't fit inside a box. Not one size fits all. Oh, man, the evening's going fast. I might have to cook and sing at the same time if I want to do the other one. Fit inside a box. I fit inside a box. Oh, I not your average. No one size fits all. Watch Sheila will tune in. She seems to catch me in the kitchen sometimes lately. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find one of her other songs that kind of sticks out in my memory. This is going back many years, and I was going to look at the comments on that one actually because I thought that it might be in there, and I could the one I was trying to remember, and maybe I will. But we don't need to hear the song again. No offense to her and her music. And I'm not feeling hugely motivated. Nobody's here, but this will still be under an hour for those who like the shorter ones. I'm in the mood. I'm in the groove. This was almost the first podcast I've done today, but it's not. So, I wish that I could pause it though. Although, just early this evening, I give the ear thing. It's just being distracting a little bit, as if it's some sort of, like I say, hopefully not a start of an ear infection. Everything crashes around me. I guess I'm gonna have to put this light on. Yeah, it's kind of dark in here, so. And Sheila's gonna tune in. And the other thing is, part of it is I do eat a lot of pasta, but I try and do it up different ways. And I mean, I'm picky, so only so many different ways there could be. But I might actually need somebody's help, hers or somebody else's, deciding what kind of stuff I want on it. And I don't know it's obviously a product, people buy it, so as do we, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about paneer other than maybe people of Middle Eastern, because it is, I believe, a Middle Eastern cheese. I don't want to spend too much time looking at, and then we'll watch that, actually, which will be the next tab to this, and then that, and then, it might not be today, but tomorrow morning. And I think I've done pretty good. I had that brownie and that. So, so, oh, you're cooking. She's going to start to be disappointed from my cooking podcast, and maybe not just her, because it's like, what you making? Pasta. What you making? Pasta. But the one day I was, especially, the first one she saw, this friend of mine, I was getting especially creative, I think. So, so there's that. I will have to see if she's done anything recent. And then, but I'm pretty sure it was that video of hers that I commented. If she's done anything recent, and then it might be nice. It might be nice. Just like I kind of, sometimes you form friendships here, and they sometimes quickly, sometimes more slowly, get to a certain point where maybe sometimes you kind of. I don't use Discord for anybody that talks about that. I know it's a word, otherwise, and I know it's a platform, but otherwise, I don't know much about it. Um, but yeah, her latest video was 2 years ago, so I could try and reach her in this messenger. Well, she might still get notifications. I mean, Um, I mean, some of these, I feel like it's been less than 2 years since I've looked at her stuff, but some of these things, some of these things, some of these videos don't look familiar to me. So, and I don't think I just missed them because I'm fairly thorough and an eye for detail, and I would have looked at. I may not have played each one, but I would have looked, I think, pretty closely. That's not to say that I maybe didn't, but just really quickly, I am noticing that she has a very short video posted. Do you write songs for other musicians? Now, I don't know if that's going to cover the answer. The other musicians can kind of cover them. I haven't found her on a guitar music site, although I was listening to someone earlier today, Paul Isaac, and he has. In fact, I was going to do one of his songs, but the guitar is not playable right now. I could try and wing it, only hearing it once, and I might do okay, but I'd rather wait. I had not intended to do a podcast. In fact, I was kind of feeling kind of tired, and I had a bit of sore gums, like I say. But here I am. And I think that I'm almost wanting to, and I want to be outside too because it's not raining. It's nice. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of the evening is going very fast. It's like already 8:30. So, tomorrow's supposed to be nice. Sunday's supposed to rain. So, right. I was just grabbing my tablet. I don't want to be away from the screen too long, especially anybody who's seen me do that before. It's usually never more than 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, and it's only if I really have to. And I suppose I didn't really have to do this, but you know what? One person even can make a difference on, being on the podcast, keeping us company. And there's somebody I've messaged, and I thought if she gets back to me, I'll let her know that I'm rolling. She sometimes, I think, goes a little over an hour, but anywho, so I'm just gonna listen to this song. Or it's not a song, this video. And I guess I'll just get my best sense. I mean, I know I said what I said before the other one, and so I kind of feel like let's just go with that. But I'm going to listen to this 45-second thing to see if I get the sense that she, one way or another, that she would be okay covering her other song, because she seems like she's doing pretty well with her music. She's doing lots of gigs. She tours. She was on some talent show I don't think I'd ever heard of called The Launch, I believe. I think I saw something about that up here. Or in here. Or she auditioned for it and posted that anyway. So, yeah, anywho, I need to rest my vocal cords for a moment. And what am I looking for? Oh, great. This isn't actually spaghetti, but it'll work. Okay.
Lori asks if I've written songs for other musicians. I've co-written songs.
I think I have seen this in the past, and it's ironic.
They use. I've written songs that other musicians have covered.
Okay.
But I don't think I've ever.
And she didn't say that. She didn't say it, and I wish they wouldn't have. So that was quick and easy. Okay, so like I say, I might start browsing, but I'd rather reach out to her and see where that goes first, because at the moment it's kind of, I still feel a little bit so about doing so. So see if I can make that happen. But in the past, when I looked, I don't really want the dog to get that, but I suppose it's not the end of the world. And it might be easier than trying to get a piece of spaghetti off the floor with a bit of lotion on my hands. And it's a very small piece, and you can imagine that may have been a bit tricky, but it wasn't too bad. Yes, I do kind of want to get outside soon though, so and multitasking here. Wishing I was more than one person. But kind of funny how often I've done like 3 of these recently. It's like I'm podcasting, but I want to cook too. I mean, it's not that he's necessarily expecting, he would just have stuff in the pantry if it were up to him, but and more stuff for us, but he seems to like to have meals every now and then, and every person should, even if they are light eaters. So I have had it before, but I don't know. Shit. I'm doing well. Okay, that picked up. Well, this is actually fettuccine, these particular noodles, but they're close enough. And they didn't, yeah. I just opened it, so they were pretty packed in for the most part. Okay, so yeah, So I need a pulling. Anyway. So I don't know if I should maybe just do both, since I can't decide. Like I say, I'm often somewhere in the middle. So this is spectrum cooking. It's kind of like a little bit of both. But I mean, it's fine doing so. I'll enjoy it, and yeah. Okay, so I want to try and find. I might recognize some of these other ones as I'm seeing them. I wonder if I should just search the particular. Oh, that's interesting, because I was thinking about my aunt earlier, and they're from the same province, and I discovered a country artist. I'll maybe do some of his covers over the weekend or something. I only know 2 or 3 of his songs, but a country artist. When I was staying at my aunt's as a teenager or almost teenager on the Vicki Lawrence show, which I don't really watch very often. I think I have it open in one of my tabs, one of my many tabs, because, but I'd like to get back to hosting talk shows, hosting, guests. But yeah, okay, so what's that song called? Oh, can I search? Okay, just a moment here. It's actually interesting because she was on a talent show too. No, I'm not still on the channel. Whoops. And it's kind of a neat melody, but I'm not finding it, so maybe not. I'll spend a few more minutes. But I do like to have more than just the pasta, so I'm going to make more than just the pasta. I haven't eaten a lot of paneer lately. I'm kind of just craving spaghetti and beef ground. So I'm kind of craving. So this is not necessarily a podcast teaching you how to cook. I would hope that most people know how to make something like spaghetti. No matter, yeah. Not exactly complicated. No offense to anybody who doesn't. You can figure it out. You still got food thing? Oh yeah, you still got food from earlier, so that makes that easier. But yes. I kind of want to sit outside for a few minutes before having dinner, probably. So, even when it's made, keep some of them bigger, maybe. So, okay. I pretty much covered the topic, I believe. Like I say, at least somewhat. Um, if I had a shortage of things to watch on YouTube, then this would be good that I'd be happy to have found this again. But I mean, and I kind of am. I'll just have to decide how much I want to browse it, I guess. But I was going to do one other one, but here it is. Okay, since I found it, maybe I'll do it. And I believe it's karaoke style too, lyric video, it says. And yeah, I just hope that she'll be okay with me singing with the actual track. I mean, as far as if YouTube, I don't think YouTube would pick up on it, and if it does, I'll maybe not have it super loud. I feel like I did this. Maybe on here was one of the first videos I did, because I do kind of remember singing it, but yeah, you know what though, I don't want to. Nobody's here at the moment. I am tired. Um, I'm kind of warm because I'm podcasting and cooking. If I add singing, I'll be sweating bullets. And I'm just kind of thinking that there might be, as much as I maybe somewhat like this song, there might be other songs that she does that I prefer to do. And unless somebody tunes in right as I'm about to wrap up, then I might say, okay, I will. I'll do one for you. But my throat is starting to, because it's almost been an hour now, and yeah, my throat's kind of a bit sore. So I'll say what we're trying to do for the weekend then. It's good to have the balance, even though Saturday's going to be nicer than Sunday. I want to kind of distract myself that I'm not going to get to a Saturday thing that I was somewhat hoping to, but I think it's for the best. Even though fall, maybe it's still not going to be winter, not the fact. And it's just I need my bike for July, ready set up. Yeah. So we'll do some Paul Brandt, maybe Paul Isaac, and maybe some of this person's content. I said I was only going to have this for a few minutes, but honestly, probably doing yard work and probably isn't like sitting there waiting for it. But anywho, yeah. I don't know. There is a part of me that kind of wants to keep rolling though, because there's somebody that's been on our content recently. I think is still trying to get a sense of me. Hasn't maybe seen enough to hasn't maybe let himself see enough to get a sense of me, and has been acting a little bit. I don't want to say wishy-washy, but a little bit mixed. And part of me wants to. I mean, it's not largely on my mind, but part of me wants to kind of hope that he'll or the person will come into the videos and we'll kind of get to the bottom of that, so to speak. But yeah. Well, I haven't wrapped this up yet, and you can also comment afterwards too. So I don't know if I should watch having kind of hot food right now. I feel like I burnt the roof of my mouth, but I haven't. It's just kind of hard. No matter how much you try, because you eat. That's the thing. You know, the mouth kind of hits sores and, you know, whatever. But I didn't feel like pizza, and I didn't know what else we really had, because that's for later. But I probably will want some of this tonight, though. And at the moment, it's not looking like veneer's going to happen, and this is already kind of progressing to the point where the veneer wouldn't be able to catch up. Well, maybe. It's hard to tell, and it doesn't have to be crispy, although I kind of like it when it is, but I don't mind it either way. In fact, I do want to make sure that I save some, though, to have. I like eggs, and I used to enjoy them more, but they're one of those things I kind of, I don't know if it's the outfit or what, but I kind of, I can use regular cheese, though, but it's oily. They kind of gross me out, but one thing that kind of works and likes them is either white cheese, or just going to do a few pieces here. White cheese or this veneer stuff, which is actually, like I say, a type of cheese, I believe. Oh, this is starting to move. But mostly not. So, and a bit of yellow curry, or mustard might even work. Anywho, I think I've reminded myself what I want to have for breakfast. Now, do I want to have it on a garlic naan? Is the question. Not if I want to have less gluten. But anywho, so before somebody tunes in, because I do want to wrap this up, I think I'm going to do that. It would have been, you know, maybe after the fact somebody would be here. Yeah. Okay, take care, everybody.